Hello student, today we are discuss about the simple pendulum. Simple pendulum. Simple pendulum. It can be defined as ideal simple pendulum. It can be defined as the heavy particle suspended by the weightless, massless, inextensible string from rigid support. Then that pendulum is called as simple pendulum. Ideal simple pendulum, it can be defined as heavy particles suspended by the weightless, inextensible and light, massless string from rigid support. Then that pendulum is called as simple pendulum. And practical simple pendulum, it can be defined as a heavy sphere, heavy sphere, heavy sphere, heavy sphere, heavy sphere suspended by the weightless, light, inextensible string from rigid support. Practical simple pendulum, it can be defined as a heavy sphere or ball. It is suspended by the inextensible light string from rigid support. Then that pendulum is called as simple pendulum. For that purpose, we have to draw here the figure of simple pendulum. Let us consider O is point of suspension, and this pendulum is placed at the distance L from point of suspension to the center of gravity. The center of gravity. Let us consider this pendulum is suspended from point of suspension to the center of gravity. Then that distance is called as length of simple pendulum. Let us consider here is the length of simple pendulum. It is the distance between point of suspension and center of gravity. Then that length it is called as length of simple pendulum. And this pendulum, let us consider this pendulum having mass m, suspended from rigid support. Then consider this three position, that is A, B, C position. OA is the position of the pendulum at the mean position. And this pendulum is displaced through the smaller angle theta. And this pendulum is displaced through the smaller angle theta on either sides of equilibrium position and released. Then it performs oscillation to and fro on either sides of equilibrium position. When this pendulum is displaced in displaced position, when this pendulum it is displaced through a smaller angle theta, then after that it is released. Then it performs oscillation on either sides of equilibrium position. Consider this three position A, B, C, D, C are the position of this pendulum on either sides of equilibrium position. After that, when this pendulum is displaced position, there are two forces acting on that pendulum, that is weight mg in downward direction and tension T in the upward direction. In displaced position, there are two forces acting. In mg is downward direction and tension T in the T dash in the upward direction. And this weight mg, it can be resolved into theta, it will try to bring this pendulum to its equilibrium position or mean position. It will try to bring this pendulum to its equilibrium position. Therefore, restoring force acting on the pendulum is given by restoring force acting on the pendulum. It is given by F is equal to restoring force. F is equal to, that is force acting on the pendulum which is perpendicular to the string, that is mg sin theta, and we know that its direction is opposite to the angular displacement, this displacement. Therefore, we can here write F is equal to minus mg sin theta. Both are oppositely directed. If sin theta is very small, then it is nearly equal to theta. Sin theta is very small, then it is nearly equal to theta. Therefore, say this equation number 1. Therefore, force is given by minus mg theta. Say this equation number 2. Then from figure we can write this angle theta. It is equal to r divided by this radius. Therefore, we can write angle theta is equal to x divided by L. This angle theta is equal to x divided by L. That is hyperbole radius. As per this formula, we can write here theta is equal to x by L. Say this equation number 3. Then after that, minus mg theta, its value is x by L. Theta is equal to x by L. Put equation 3 into. Put this value of equation 3 into. Put equation 3 into. Therefore, F is equal to, we get minus mgx by L. Then we know that, say this equation number 4. Then after that, we know that F is equal to mass into acceleration. Say this equation number 5. Therefore, by putting the value of is comparing these two equations, equation 4 and 5 we get. Comparing equation 4 and 5 we get. Therefore, ma is equal to minus mg x by L. Get cancelled here. We get here expression A is equal to minus g x divided by L. After that, A divided by x we can write here minus g by L. In magnitude we can write that is A by x is equal to g by L. In magnitude we can write, say this equation 6. In last lecture we are discussed about the time period. T is equal to 2 pi divided by omega, or T is equal to 2 pi square root of acceleration per unit displacement. we can have calculated that the acceleration per unit displacement is g by L. Say this equation number 7. Put equation 6. Put equation 6 in 7. We get here P is equal to 2 pi square root of acceleration per unit displacement is g by L. Therefore, we can get here 2 pi square root of L by G. That is, we can write P is equal to 2 pi square root of L by G. This is the time period of simple pendulum. This is the time period of simple pendulum. Then we know that frequency, it is the reciprocal of time period. Frequency, it is the reciprocal of time period. Therefore, we can write here N is equal to 1 by T. 1 by T. Therefore, by putting this value of 8 in 9, therefore we can get here N is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi square root of L by G. Therefore, we can get here 1 pi 2 pi square root of G by L. G by L. We can get here. Say this equation number 10. This is the frequency of simple pendulum and this is the time period of simple pendulum. Then from this equation 8 we can discuss about the laws of simple pendulum. Therefore, equation is here. We know that T is equal to 2 pi square root of L by G. This is the time period of simple pendulum and this is the frequency of simple pendulum. Then after that we can discuss about the laws of simple pendulum from this equation 8. Therefore, there are 4 laws of simple pendulum. Therefore, these laws are laws of simple pendulum. Laws of simple pendulum. That is, first law we can say that is time period of the simple pendulum. Time period of simple pendulum. Time period of simple pendulum. Simple pendulum is directly proportional to the square root of length of simple pendulum. Length of simple pendulum. This is first law. Time period of simple pendulum is directly proportional to the square root of length of simple pendulum. Then second law is time period. Time period of simple pendulum is inversely proportional to square root of acceleration due to gravity. Then third law is time period of simple pendulum. Time period of simple pendulum does not depend on mass. In this equation mass is not present here, therefore it does not depend on mass. In formula from this equation, time period depends on only then acceleration due to gravity does not depend on mass. Therefore, we can say that then third, fourth law, that is time period of simple pendulum does not depend on amplitude. Does not depend on amplitude. This is the law of simple pendulum, and this formula represent, that is T is time period of simple pendulum and frequency of simple pendulum. Thank you very much.